Advisory for our area has been lifted, but hear from San Diegans who were in Hawaii yesterday for the tsunami warning.
Toxic fumes, bright lights, houses shaking. Neighbors say they've been living in this construction staging area for over a decade. We're working for you to find out if this will ever stop.
Built for bikes, but scrapped for cars. Why these bike lane barriers are on their way out.
The current state of the economy leading to overcrowding at animal shelters. What the San Diego Humane Society is doing about it.
A young man writing his own legacy with a love for the lathe and pulley pins.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
Tsunami alerts have been lifted here in San Diego and along the U.S. West Coast, but the whole ordeal is still making waves a day later. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The advisory was issued following a powerful earthquake near Russia. It caused a ripple of panic in areas across the Pacific region, including all of the islands of Hawaii, where sirens blared as roads clogged with people trying to get to higher ground.
CBS 8's Alex Cheney talked with San Diegans who are in Hawaii right now about what they experienced. Alex.
You know, it was absolutely fascinating to hear their stories. I talked to three people. One of the groups came from Oahu, the other on Maui. Very similar experiences of hearing these tsunami sirens, then everyone trying to evacuate really quickly during that tsunami warning yesterday.
Sirens go off, it kind of hits you in the chest a little bit.
Nick Winfrey says he was out running errands on Maui yesterday when he first heard the tsunami sirens.
I was in an appointment, phones blaring, sirens going off. It's time to get home.
He got an alert on his phone from Maui Emergency Management, and then his wife called.
My wife did actually reach out to me and says, you might want to come home now.
Nick tried to rush home, but the traffic was terrible as people started to evacuate to higher land.
A normal, 25-minute drive for me ended up taking nearly an hour and a half.
Nick and his wife live off-grid on higher ground. Nick says he felt relieved when the tsunami warning passed.
You wake up in the morning after the all clear and you're like, okay, time to move on. Let's continue, supporting the community in the rebuild for Lahaina.
Nick says the Maui community is still on edge after the devastating fires in Lahaina in 2023 and says it's that hyper awareness that makes the community better prepared to react to any disaster.
It shows the resilience of the community and how people come together and reach out to check on each other.
And on Oahu,
I was actually in a meeting and the first alarm went off that there was a tsunami warning.
Bailey said she was at work when she first heard the tsunami sirens yesterday, and her boyfriend Randy was playing golf.
One of their field marshals drove out to where we were and was like, you guys need to get off the course. This is a real tsunami warning.
The National Weather Service predicted the first waves of the tsunami could have hit the Hawaiian coast by 7 p.m., giving Bailey and Randy little time to prepare.
The time was going really fast. It got to the point where it was like 6:30, like we're trying to get our gas, get our food and go. So it was scary.
They said by 8 p.m., they felt the threat was over.
After I was scrolling Twitter for a little bit and saw people heading back out to the ocean, I was like, probably okay.
Of course, the San Diego area, especially out by the coast, there's always that threat of tsunamis. For a map to see where your evacuation zone is in case that does happen, you can go to our website, cbs8.com. Reporting live from Pacific Beach, I'm Alex Cheney, CBS 8.
Thank you, Alex. For more than a decade now, families living in Normal Heights have had to put up with crews mixing asphalt for road construction, and they've been begging the city to stop contractors from using that street as a staging area. Those families still haven't gotten an answer as to why the work is even allowed there.
When they reached out to us for help, we got the same runaround. But CBS 8's Abby Black isn't letting go. She's working for you and tells us tonight what she's learned so far about this neighborhood nuisance.
Imagine industrial trucks hard at work right outside of your home while you're cooking dinner, getting the kids ready for bed, even trying to sleep. Well, that's the reality for many families living off of 40th Street in Normal Heights, where trucks mix asphalt right outside of homes for over a decade. There's the noise, the fumes, the bright lights, all hours of the night. We're working for you to get some answers on when this will ever stop.
It is 10:35 on a Thursday night.
Massive trucks mixing asphalt right outside bedroom windows. The noise, the fumes, the bright lights.
My son's bedroom is there, and this is what's happening.
I spent the day making calls, trying to get answers for these frustrated families.
And it's Abby Black, reporter at CBS 8.
First, I called the asphalt company believed to be staging here.
And they work late into the night.
I was sent to another contractor and then another contractor.
Dust, fumes, and...
Still no response and no explanation for why a residential street has become an industrial work zone staging area next to Ward Canyon Park and the community garden.
The amount of dust it kicks up, we don't get to sit outside when they're working, and usually they are working in the evening when we'd be home.
Jeremy Dossie Richardson says crews come late in the day and work into the wee hours of the night.
As late as 4 or 5 in the morning.
Neighbors say they've been documenting this nuisance for years.
So it's about 12 years.
For more than a decade, neighbors say that they've complained to the city, Council District 9, and community groups to get answers. They tell me it appears to be multiple contractors doing work for the city of San Diego. The crews use their neighborhood as a staging area for projects that are miles around.
I've had guys say, oh, we're only here 2 days, only to have them come clean up, and later that same afternoon, a different crew from the same contractor show up.
We're putting together a letter.
Now Ellen Stone is launching a petition to get the city to stop this.
We're not interested in ruffling feathers, but we would like to see this changed and stopped.
I reached out to District 9 Council member Sean Ela Rivera's office and shared videos with the city to find out why this is even being allowed. The city spokesperson says that they're looking into this issue, an issue that neighbors say is already well known to the city.
It's got to stop.
We'll continue to press for answers.
This is not acceptable.
Working for you in Normal Heights, Abby Black, CBS 8.
I can see how that would be frustrating to have that work happen every night in the middle of the night.
Oh, late night and early morning hours, that would be very irritating.
Yeah, it should not be a staging area. Hopefully we can get some answers.
Should have a yard for that.
Right. All right, getting to San Diego International Airport will soon be different for some travelers.
Yeah, a new road to the airport is set to open Friday, and we're working for you to break down what you need to know. The road will actually run parallel to North Harbor Drive and serve only those coming from downtown, not from Point Loma. It's designed to minimize congestion and create a quicker drive.
The new on-airport roadway has no intersections and no lights, so it will take people directly to Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 much quicker than it has in the past.
That road through North Harbor Drive, just west of West Laurel Street. Once you turn onto it, you're locked in. You can't get off. It will take you straight to the terminals. The road is part of the Terminal 1 overhaul. It's estimated it will take 45,000 cars off North Harbor Drive each day. And remember, if there's something you would like us to look into in your neighborhood, you can email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
We're actually picking up some friends from the airport on Friday, so it will be
Get to take it out for a test run.
interesting to see if it does really make access quicker, because for many months it's been pretty slow going through there.
Construction, right?
Yes.
All right, tonight, Vista is backpedaling on new bike lane barriers following backlash from drivers.
As CBS 8's Brian White reports, the city says they're removing the safety barriers because they are doing more harm than good.
I'm riding along South Melrose Drive, where the city of Vista added raised berms along with these bollards to make bike lanes safer. But after a wave of complaints from drivers, those berms have been pulled out.
These protective barriers installed in March were part of a $1.5 million project designed for safety. But according to many drivers, they created confusion and collisions.
A number of them, a large number of them, have already been struck by vehicles.
Vista Mayor John Franklin says once the berms went in, the backlash was immediate and overwhelming.
Putting curbs in the middle of the road that impair emergency vehicles and traffic wasn't the answer.
He says the city received more than 1,000 complaints from people wanting them gone and that the barriers were just creating new safety hazards.
Dozens of motorists had struck the curbs and they were worried about hitting them, damaging their vehicles. They were, in many cases, they were put way too close to intersections.
The city spent more than $200,000 to remove the berms and many of the flex posts on South Melrose Drive and Sycamore Avenue, not to mention the $500,000 it cost to install them. It's an expense Councilmember Corina Contreras says was both wasteful and dangerous.
Unfortunately, a council majority has moved backwards on safety here in Vista.
The San Diego County Bicycle Coalition says the design of these barriers went through a lengthy process and removing them sends the wrong message. They say reflective paint and other upgrades would have been cheaper than taking them out.
It feels like a setback, and what I hope that doesn't happen is that we see a serious injury and fatality where we remove the barriers.
While most of the berms have been removed, some protected lanes like on North Santa Fe Avenue are staying thanks to Contreras' push to preserve them.
I have heard over and over and over again from folks that they want safety on their bicycle ride.
Moving forward, the bike lanes will be a patchwork of protected and unprotected routes. For now, leaders on both sides agree on one thing.
We need motorists everywhere to keep their head on a swivel. Pay attention. Put down the cell phone. Don't text and drive.
In Vista, Brian White, CBS 8.
Animal shelters across the county are struggling to manage record numbers of surrendered animals, and that's leading to many shelters being over capacity.
We've been telling you for months now, the San Diego Humane Society is not immune to this problem. CBS 8's Steffi Roche joins us live from the shelter with more on contributing factors. And Steffi, yeah, looks like you got a special guest there. Why don't we get the special guests? But you enjoy.
Oh, look at the puppy.
I'm sure you guys are jealous back there. I have probably the cutest interviewee I have ever met. This is Hulk. He is 8 weeks old, and just look at his little eyes. One of them is blue. He is just so precious and adorable. He's been whimpering a little bit. I think we woke him up from his nap, so maybe he's not too happy with me, but he's just so precious. And he is one of over 680 dogs here at the Humane Society that is looking for a home right now. And as we know, the cost of living across the nation and here in San Diego, it's rising, and so is pet care costs. And this is leading to more dogs, cats, all animals being surrendered. And that's why many shelters across the nation are seeing overcapacity issues and overcrowding issues. And today I talked to the executive vice president of the San Diego Humane Society about these issues.
Care has skyrocketed, the cost of pet food has skyrocketed, and the cost of everything else has. So folks are having to make difficult decisions about their ability to afford their lives. And San Diego, as we know, is a really challenging place for that. Rent costs have gone up. People are having to make difficult decisions.
And to combat some of these overcrowding issues, the San Diego Humane Society, they're doing some promotions, including 50% off all adoptions for the month of August to help dogs like Hulk find a loving home. He is just so precious, and I think it's nap time for him. But for now, reporting live from the San Diego Humane Society with Hulk, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Hulk does look like he wants to just take a nap.
I think, well, I don't think Hulk gets angry, though.
She can help reduce their population by one if Steffi, maybe just take
Hulk looked comfortable there,
take
right?
Hulk home. Yeah, yeah.
Just saying. Recent airline incidents have led some people to wonder if it's really safe to fly these days.
Why a former NTSB investigator is telling us we shouldn't worry. That story's still ahead. Plus, the concern among some pet owners here in Southern California after at least a half dozen healthy dogs mysteriously died.
And why using a fan might not be the best idea on a hot summer day.
Well, it's been helping with that marine layer right along the coast when it comes to heat. Inland, the heat's been on. We'll take a look at your complete forecast after the break.